Greetings, beautiful souls. It is Your Majesty Janelle here, and I am creating this video today spontaneously, guys. I myself have been enduring and going through a lot of challenges, obstacles, and just different tests. And so, as you guys know, I'm here to document my journey from all the way from being a mom and losing my spouse to cancer, to struggling with addiction, to writing my book, to all these different things happening in my life. And so right now I am in the process of growing my business, and I'm going to be moving. So where I live right now, I have a couple months for me to find somewhere else to live. And so it's been a very, I don't know how to explain, but exciting. I would say I'm excited. I feel like anytime you move, that can be nerve-wracking, having to find another place and, getting everything prepared. But to me, I look at it as a new chapter, right? Because in life, we're always going to go through different chapters, new beginnings, new endings. When one door closes, we have another door that opens. And that is what Spirit has been showing me, is that even though, there are some things that may look like they're in my control, right? Look like it. And at the end of the day, I have to surrender, because there are going to be a lot of things outside of my control. And what I can control is how I show up, how I respond, and, do what I can in my physical temple and this body that I'm in right now. And so guys, throughout this video, if you guys have any questions, or if you have any other sort of videos or content that you guys would like me to create, please let me know down below, guys, because it's because of you that I'm able to create content. And so I appreciate your support. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe now. Let me know your thoughts down below, and let's get into the topic. And so the topic today I'm going to talk about is surrender. And so when we look at surrender, what do you think of? Like, what comes to your mind personally when you think of surrender? So when I think of surrender, I think of letting go, right? Letting go of control, right? Doing what I can control, right? Showing up, if it means I need to apply for different jobs, or apply for different applications, or whatever it is, depending on what I'm trying to accomplish, apply, do the application, show up, interview, work on my business, make content, right? Doing those things are in the realm of what I can control. But then everything else that happens is outside of my control, And so surrender to me, has been very freeing, because to know that there is this divine element that is part of human consciousness, that is beautiful. Some people call God, some people call Jesus, or the Buddha, or Krishna, or universe, right? But it is that divine energy that helps you, and directs you and guides you to the next step in your path, right? And so that divine calling has been on my life ever since I can remember. I remember being a little girl and just, I was like in 3rd grade, and I remember we had to do like these speeches, like Tropicana speeches. And I remember my 3rd grade teacher, I forgot her name, but I remember she believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself, she believed in me. And that teacher, she made such an impact in my life, and I'm so grateful, and what Spirit is showing me is that you don't have to do something so grandiose and so, have tons of money and all this. It's literally in the small things, right? Holding the door open for someone, giving someone words of encouragement, asking someone if they need help in some way. And it's not always money, right? Yes, money can help and money is important to an extent. But at the end of the day, there's more to life than money. And that is what Spirit is showing me. Is showing me to continue to be a good steward of energy and love and responsibility and commitment and being able to adapt, right? Because at the end of the day, life can seem like it's going amazing and wonderful, and it is. Like, we have those moments where life is, oh my gosh, we're so excited, we're so just exhilarated, and then here comes a storm, and here comes a hurricane, and and then all these things that are outside of our control comes our way. And so what I'm reminded of is surrender, right? Do what I can, try my best, but ultimately surrender to divinity, to the divine plan. Because at the end of the day, we are only here temporarily. We are only visitors. And, I pray that anyone that's struggling with mental health or addiction or any of that, I pray that you will be blessed beyond measure, and that regardless if you believe or you don't believe, I pray that you always believe in yourself, no matter what. And even if everyone told you that you couldn't do it or any of that, remember, they were speaking out of their own dark shadows, their own insecurities, and it has nothing to do with you, right? And so that's what Spirit is telling me to tell you, is that if you're watching this and you're struggling, don't give up on yourself, right? Right? You may give up on a job, you may give up on something else, but don't give up on who you are, that dream, that vision, that you can do it, right? And a lot of times, and I've been guilty of it myself, where I'm like, I'm going to be an author, I'm going to be a motivational speaker. And even though, I know in divine timing, Goddess will be done, but a lot of times there is a divine timing aspect, right? Because in the midst, we are preparing. There are different lessons and things that we have to go through, right? Like when someone prepares to run a marathon, unless you're new and you're doing it, that's one thing. But if you are conscientiously preparing for an activity or an event in your life, people prepare for those marathons or those bodybuilding contests or whatever it is. There's a preparation mode, and part of that preparation mode is falling and getting back up, falling again and getting back up, falling again and seeing, okay, what could I have done better? What could I do next time to prevent this from happening? Or if it does happen, what can I change? What action can I switch up? And so this is something that I have had learned, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning in my life. And so always, guys, again, if you're struggling, mentally or with addiction or anything like that, again, I am not a professional doctor or any of that. Always seek a doctor or a mental health professional if you need help. If you're having any ideations, call 988. Again, this is just a disclaimer. But again, guys, don't give up on yourself, because a lot of times we get frustrated, right? We get upset. We have this underlying anger and resentment or bitterness, or these feelings that we might not even be able to label, because there is something which in our field, in our body, that we are wanting to experience. And so when the body feels like it's not experiencing what it came to this place we call Earth to experience, we start flooding with a bunch of hormones and chemicals and all these different feelings in our body. And it's our body's way of alarming us, like, hey, this is what I want to experience. You're not giving me what I want to experience. And so a lot of those root feelings, right, emotions, is energy and motion. And so the energy ultimately has to go somewhere. And so I used to be 100 pounds bigger than what I am now, and I lost 100 pounds. But when I was bigger, I was dealing with a lot of addiction issues, eating disorders, addictive behaviors and stuff like that. And so, instead of doing other modalities and therapies and, things, I would suppress with food, and I would eat. And then when you eat, and if you don't burn the energy, whether you're dancing, whether you're, because you can still be healthy and work out, and it doesn't have to be a gym, the gym is cool, but you can literally do yoga or stretching or nature runs or nature walks, or, and you can do different expressions of movement. For those of you that may not like exercise, right? That word exercise. I enjoy lifting weights. That's something that I do enjoy. But, I know the gym can be very routine and the same thing over and over and over again. And as you get used to it, your body adapts. But there are other ways that one can move thy body, that one can express and move and burn the energy, because at the end of the day, the energy is going to go somewhere. And so when I was over 100 pounds overweight, the energy was I wasn't burning it, right? In the way that I should have, right? And so it was fat that was coming onto my body. And so these concepts that I speak about, it's not just one and done. No, it's an everyday choice. It's an everyday, today I'm going to drink lots of water. Today I'm going to do my best. You know what? I'm going to allow myself to feel the emotions in my body. I feel anger. Okay, I'm going to feel it. Okay, how can I express it in my body? What can I do? How can I move, right? Because a lot of times the energy, it needs to move. It needs to express, right? And so just remember that no matter how old you are, your culture, your background, none of that it matters, right? You can do anything. You can do anything that you put your mind to. And I'm not any religion at all, but I am a believer. I do have faith. And I know there's this one quote in the Bible, and it's, with God, all things are possible. And so I love that quote. I love that scripture because it shows the divinity of God. And so when we remember that we are the temple, right? We are the flesh, right? And the spirit, the essence, right? The unseen emerges with the seen, that we can literally accomplish anything that we put our heart to. But in the process, right? So we want the destination of, I want to marry, I want a lover, I want my dream job, right? I want these things, right? Or I need these things. What spirit, right? What sacred spirit has shown me is, hold on just a moment. Calm your horses. Calm down now. Your Majesty Janelle. Take a deep breath and enjoy the process. Creating this video, I feel joy. I feel peace. I feel grateful, gratitude, right? And even though my life at this moment may not look exactly what I pictured, that's okay. And that's why my faith is so important to me. My spirituality is so important, because faith is the evidence and the assurance of the things unseen. And so what spirit is showing me is that I have to enjoy the process, because if I personally don't enjoy the process of putting in the work and doing what I got to do and feeling those hard emotions, and having the intrusive thoughts and navigating that, right? And I'm just okay, here to there, and boom, it comes to me. Well, what about all that preparation work, all the work in the middle, right? That I needed to experience in order for me to truly get the fulfillment and the satisfaction and be of service and of purpose that I am supposed to be in my full capacity. So it's not so much of just, boom, get to the destination. The destination's going to happen regardless. But the journey is what I've come to learn and realize what is really important. who am I becoming in the process of getting to my destination? Who did I have to become? What did I have to conquer? And what did I have to do? Right? And so I leave this with you guys, that no matter what you're going through, know that this too shall pass. Know that you have done this so many times before. Your hardest days, you have gotten yourself through every one of your most hardest days. And you can do this. You are strong. And I appreciate you guys, your support. And again, let me know down below your thoughts, how this video made you feel. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Mwah.